The central government. Zambia is divided into provinces, districts, towns, constituencies, and wards. At all these levels, there is an administrative structure that governs the affairs. For example, the councils govern at a town or city level. They make laws, which are called bylaws. The residents have to follow them. This also happens in chiefdoms, where the chiefs rule, and in villages, where village headmen are in charge. All these structures form the local government. However, these local governments do not operate independently. Power is delegated to them from the central government to govern at such a level. Every country has a central government. The central government governs the entire country. It is the government of the nation or of the state. In order to govern the country effectively, the government of Zambia is divided into three main branches, namely the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Now let's look at the three organs of government in details, and we start with the executive. The executive. The executive is headed by the president. Other members of the executive are the vice president and the ministers, who are appointed by the president to fill the ministerial positions. In addition to being the head of government and the head of state, the president, as the head of the executive, he also does the following. Firstly, he is also the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Secondly, he has the power to dissolve the National Assembly and in turn call for elections, including his own. Thirdly, the president has the power to appoint the Attorney General as well as the Director of Public Prosecutions. The functions of the executive. The executive has two main functions, namely the administrative functions and the diplomatic functions. Let's look into depth about the first point, which is the administrative functions. The administrative functions of the executive includes the following. Number 1, execution of laws and judicial decisions. The executive is entrusted with the responsibility to execute laws made by the legislature and decisions of the judiciary coming in the form of courts' judgments. Number 2, policy formulations. The executive prepares the blueprint of the policy which goes to the legislature in the form of a bill. Number 3, appointment and promotions. The executive enjoys the power of appointment, promotion, removal, and suspension of civil servants. Those are the three main administrative functions of the executive. Now, let's consider the second point, the diplomatic functions. Under the diplomatic functions, the executive appoints diplomatic representatives to foreign states and receives representatives from them. Treaties and international conventions are negotiated and concluded by the executive.
You